Right now, new details in the deadly shooting of two Wisconsin officers, including the connection one of them had to our area.
Also, new information behind a shooting in downtown Madison yesterday, including an update on the victim's condition.
And later, students in Waunakee protesting after finding out their school postponed its Pride Week. Hear from the principal on why the decision was made. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6.
We've had tragic events here in Barron County. Nothing like this.
A somber day in Wisconsin as we learn more about the two officers who were killed in a shootout during a traffic stop in northwestern Wisconsin Saturday. One of those officers has ties to our area.
The shooting happened in the village of Cameron. Both officers were pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect, also involved, later died at a hospital.
Well, today, Governor Evers identified the officers as 32-year-old Emily Breidenbach of the Chetek Police Department and 23-year-old Hunter Scheel of the Cameron Police Department. This morning, police gathered outside of a funeral home for a procession carrying the slain officers' bodies to a medical examiner's office in Minnesota for autopsies. A second procession was held as both officers' remains returned to the funeral home. According to the Wisconsin DOJ, Breidenbach had been in law enforcement for 5 years, starting her career in Stoughton, where she served for 9 months.
And that's where we find our McKenna Alexander, who spoke with her former colleagues today. McKenna?
Yeah, here at Stoughton Police Department, the city's police chief and former colleagues of Lauren tell me she had an infectious personality. Now today I heard stories of Lauren's laughter and her voice that could always be heard in a crowded room. Those that knew her say she left an impression that brightens everyone's day, something they say is so crucial in this line of work. Coming up tonight at 10, I'll share more about Lauren's life and how she's being remembered here in Stoughton. Live for News 3 Now, I'm McKenna Alexander.
In Madison, police say a man is in stable condition after he was shot outside a bar yesterday. A suspect is in custody. Officers found the 23-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the chest at the corner of West Gorham Street and State Street about 1:40 yesterday morning. A 22-year-old suspect was arrested in connection with the shooting. He faces charges of first-degree attempted homicide and recklessly endangering safety. Police say the shooting stemmed from a disagreement between the two groups at a bar.
During this investigation, we recovered multiple firearms that were on people at the time of this altercation on the suspect side. I can't give you an exact number, but it was multiple firearms that people had on their person at the time of this disturbance.
Both groups were from the Dane County area. Neither the suspect nor the victim had a criminal history. Warm start to the week. Warmer temperatures are ahead, too. Let's check the first one forecast. And Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Looking very nice out here. We've had sunshine most of the day. The winds will pick up over the next couple of days, but that'll just boost temperatures up a little bit more. Visible cloud track across Wisconsin. Very little in the way of clouds. Just a little band of clouds coming through earlier this morning, and now skies are mainly clear. These are the high temperatures, unofficial high temperatures so far. Most of southern Wisconsin outside of Waukesha had high temperatures in the lower to middle 70s. Here in Madison, so far 72, Janesville 73. It was actually a little warmer to the north and west. La Crosse topped out at 77. These are current temperatures. They're still well into the 70s, a few upper 60s to our north and east. Right now it's 69 degrees in Juneau and Dodge County, but in Dane County, everybody's reporting temperatures still in the 70s. 73 in Middleton, 71 in Deerfield, and 73 degrees right now in Mount Horeb. Now, the relative humidities are low. The air is dry, and wildfire danger is starting to pick up across most of southern Wisconsin, and it'll be that way for the next couple of days until we get some rain, but that won't be in the short term. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight. Temperatures dropping only into the upper 50s by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at the prospects for setting some records over the next few days as we head through the week.
Gary, thank you. And with the rising temperatures in the state this week, the DNR is asking residents in the southern half of the state to avoid burning. Here's a map of the current fire conditions. You can see the DNR listing every county south of Highway 29 in the very high danger category. Now, that's all of us here in the News 3 Now viewing area. They're also suspending annual burn permits in 19 counties. Last week, the DNR responded to 34 wildfires, all of which were considered small.
Students and parents formed a protest during student drop-off at Waunakee Community High School this morning after the school told students Pride Week was being postponed. Our Andrew Banstro went to the principal to get answers as to why.
It all started when Waunakee's Gender and Sexualities Alliance made a presentation about LGBTQ history in the U.S. that would get shown during class for Pride Week.
And they were talking about some current things that are being put forth as possible laws and some that have passed recently that impact LGBTQ rights. So that part was seen as maybe being a little too political.
That's Natasha Lutz, the mom of a student who thinks that was the sticking point. Principal Brian Borowski delayed Pride Week last Thursday to adjust the curriculum.
And by the time I get this out to our staff, just wanted to make sure that we are positioning our staff, our school, our community, and our district in a good place. And so there was a bit of a scramble, which is on me because I should have been having this stuff prepared a long time ago.
Borowski took full ownership and expressed his support for students. But it was frustrating for students that had worked for months on their now postponed Pride Week. The official announcement came while about 60 students and parents were protesting.
It won't be concurrent with the Pride Week that is a national event, right? So it takes some of their thunder out of it, and it tells them they need to be silenced for 2 weeks and not celebrated.
For Mars Kaltenberg, the former Waunakee GSA president, it's crucial because of how he was bullied for his identity at Waunakee.
We're tired of it. We're tired of being pushed aside. We're tired of being postponed because of who we are.
The principal told us the new Pride Week will start 2 weeks from today. In Waunakee, Andrew Banstrud, News 3 Now.
Parents told News 3 Now they're hoping that the newly planned Pride Week does in fact happen, while the principal emphasized his support for the students, wanting to make sure he protected them.
In Grant County, sheriff's deputies took a man into custody yesterday for crashing into an ambulance head-on. Happened in the area of Highway 80 near Hillside Cemetery Road. Officials say a 22-year-old Platteville man crossed the center line and crashed into the ambulance. No injuries were reported at the scene. The Platteville man was taken into custody on suspicion of operating while under the influence. No patients were on board that ambulance at the time.
The American Red Cross is helping 5 people after a grease fire in Madison's southwest side displaced them. Firefighters were sent to the 4700 block of Crescent Road just after 8:40 p.m. for a report of a kitchen fire. The apartment's residents were able to put it out with the fire extinguisher. No injuries were reported. Officials say a wall near the stove and cabinets were charred. A vent hood was burned and an electrical outlet was in the wall melted.
Wisconsin State Patrol now hiring troopers and inspectors. Candidates have to pass a physical, readiness test, a background investigation, go through some interviews and pre-employment medical psychological exams. Applicants must have a 2 years associate's degree or a minimum of 60 college-level credits. To learn more or sign up for information sessions, look for this story at channel3000.com. A referendum tucked in the middle of last week's ballot asked Wisconsinites how long unemployment should be paid in Wisconsin.
And now Republicans are introducing legislation which they say will encourage people to get back to work. Political reporter Will Keneally has the story.
That's right. So Wisconsin is facing low unemployment right now, 2.7%. Republicans say that now is the time to revisit unemployment benefits, while some say the idea is short-sighted.
It should be named reemployment insurance.
That's why Republican lawmakers are introducing new legislation to have Wisconsinites stay on unemployment for shorter periods of time.
And this is one issue that constantly was brought up all the time, too, is having people sit on the sidelines instead of getting to work.
Right now, Wisconsinites can receive unemployment benefits for 6 months, but under the proposed change, that is brought down with changes to the unemployment rate. Wisconsin currently has an unemployment rate under 3, which would place the state at the 14-week mark.
It's there to help you find a job that's suitable for you, that's well-paying, hopefully still in your field.
This comes after the result last Tuesday of an advisory referendum. A vast majority of Wisconsinites favor work search requirements for those receiving unemployment. But some say this misses the mark. The Department of Workforce Development testified last year that setting the length of benefits to the unemployment rate can't respond to drastic spikes in unemployment, like the pandemic, for example. It also doesn't account for regional differences. Madison had a 1.9 unemployment rate in February compared to Racine, which had a 3.3 rate. Places like Madison can bring down the statewide average, hurting those that need the extra benefits.
It's a good concern to have. Obviously, Eau Claire and Minocqua are different than what Milwaukee or Madison might be. And our caucus doesn't believe that we should be sitting on unemployment for a half a year trying to find the job that's suitable for me when there's many things available and we can do work while trying to find the right job.
Now, Wisconsin's Democratic governor has vetoed similar measures in the past, and it's possible that we will see these changes to unemployment face the same fate.
It appears there's a slight preference for sweeping changes to the Lake Monona waterfront. Results from a survey seeking public input showed a plan by Boston-based design firm Sasaki was the top choice of respondents. The plan would add an elevated boardwalk, nature center, a boathouse with a design inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright, and would expand the Monona Terrace. The Lake Monona Waterfront Ad Hoc Committee will use the results of the survey to select a preferred team and plan. A revised master plan is expected to be introduced to the Common Council later this year. Coming up, a recall warning over frozen pizzas sold in Wisconsin.
Plus, SSM Health launching a new program helping parents of newborns deal with food insecurity. We'll be right back.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. Every run is more than just a run. It's about finding oneself. Movement in a new pair of Hokas is good magic. Gear up today at Morgan's Good Form Running. Buy a pair of Hokas and experience the difference. Why run when you can fly?
Experience the comfort and style of Hoka. Visit us here today at Morgan's Good Form Running.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know.
What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me as we explore classic Italy, October 7th through the 15th. Discover Tuscany's charming countryside, Venice's grand waterways, and the magnificent art of Florence. We'll also spend time in the ancient city of Rome, visiting historical landmarks such as the Colosseum and the Sistine Chapel. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Food pantries and soup kitchens are the places that usually come to mind when we think about resources to tackle food insecurity. But starting today, SSM Health in Janesville will be joining that cause.
They are launching a program called Baskets of Hope to bring a week's worth of emergency groceries to some of their patients with the highest needs. Tahlil Mohideen joins us with the details.
Eric and Charlotte, this is all part of SSM's push to take a more holistic approach to health, believing patients need to have their social needs as well as medical needs met to be healthy. The pilot program will start by focusing on patients in SSM's Family Birth Center. Participating families will be chosen based on their responses to a questionnaire given to all patients to determine their level of need.
If we can remove the burden of having to go to the grocery store, having to find where you're going to find the next healthy food item to support your family during that really stressful time of trying to transition back home and just nurture and take care of baby and new family, we wanted to start there.
Volunteers at Echo Food Pantry will be teaming up with SSM Help to fill the baskets. The health provider estimates about 10% of their patients statewide are food insecure. After the initial baskets are given, SSM Health will have a community health worker following up with those patients for continued support.
Well, you may want to closely check those frozen pizzas in your freezer. Wisconsin's DATCAP is reporting a Class 1 recall for a local brand. Stony Acres Farm in Athens issued the voluntary recall of its Stony Pepperoni pizzas. The recalled products carry a mark of inspection with establishment number 583. Officials say the products were made without inspection, and anyone with signs or symptoms of a foodborne illness should contact their doctor. The pizzas should be thrown away.
After the break, some iconic furniture returns to the Union Terrace.
Also, a Sauk City woman takes a ride down memory lane as she celebrates her birthday. Find out what she wished for.
Plus, get ready for a lot of sunshine and warmer temperatures. Your complete forecast when we come back.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
At Fearing's Audio Video Security, our people, vision, and values drive superior technology solutions that result in great customer experiences. Choosing the right technology solutions can be daunting. From consultation and design to installation and support of your AV and security systems, our team communicates and guides each step. Fearing's Audio Video Security, making a difference for our customers and our world. Visit fearings.com.
It's Steinhaffel's Best Brands, Best Prices event. The best time to save big and get the furniture you've been waiting for. You'll find amazing savings on all the best brands. We have something for every style and every budget. And with Steinhaffel's special 72-month financing, your new room just got even more affordable. Shop the Best Brands, Best Prices sale only at Steinhaffel's and steinhaffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
Get 11% off your flooring update at Menards. Check out our great selection of carpet, inside or out. Shaw has soft and luxurious carpet for any room in your home. Resolute carpet is just 79 cents a square foot after rebate. Status indoor-outdoor carpet is perfect for decks, patios, or sunrooms. It's stain-resistant and easy to install. Right now, get Status carpet for just 39 cents a square foot after 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
You might remember this video from around this time last year. That is Fidelia Brunig riding a fire truck on her 100th birthday through the streets of Sauk City.
But Dale, as everyone calls her, couldn't let that be her last ride, so she wanted to do something different this year. Take a look. Yep, nostalgia was the meaning behind Dale's birthday wish this year. Growing up on a farm a century ago, she was around horses 24/7. Well, they got in contact with another local family who brought two of their horses in a carriage to Maplewood of Sauk Prairie. And they put Dale right in the front seat, parading around Sauk, where she's lived for 77 years. We asked Dale what her best life advice was to those who are watching, and she says, keep talking to people and moving the body.
I always walked in my life. We were square dancers originally, you know, my husband and I, and we used to even walk around in town, you know. We'd go up the street, you know, to the end, and then we'd turn around and come back to the house. My house is 8 blocks down.
They even stopped by her house so she could see it and snap some photos in front of it. All four of her kids were there, along with some grandkids and other family members to celebrate. Dale is a breast cancer survivor, and she also survived a heart attack 2 years ago.
Happy birthday, Dale. A sure sign of spring this week. The Sunburst tables and chairs return to the Memorial Union Terrace. Total of 2,000 chairs, more than 400 tables will return to the terrace. It'll feature free film showings, live music, art activities, outdoor recreation equipment rentals, and seasonal restaurants. And they could not have picked a better week weather-wise. Here's Gary with a complete forecast.
Great timing. It was a beautiful Easter Sunday across most of southern Wisconsin. And 3 things you need to know in the forecast. It'll be even milder for tomorrow. Today we were in the lower 70s. Tomorrow, probably middle 70s. And then it gets even warmer. We could be flirting with record high temperatures and record warm low temperatures for both Wednesday and Thursday. And then showers and thunderstorms Friday night into Saturday, especially Saturday, will signal change back toward cooler weather as we head into next week. But we were behind schedule for our first 60-degree day. That occurred on March 31st. Normally, it happens on March 16th. Same thing with our first 70-degree day. Today was our first one where we hit 70 degrees for a high, but normally that happens April 4th. The first 80-degree day usually happens April 27th in Madison, and I think we'll be ahead of schedule on that, probably Wednesday or Thursday. In fact, I'm predicting a high temperature of 80 on Wednesday. Now, that won't be quite a record. The record high is 86, but the low temperature of 58 degrees would set a record because the record warm low temperature for that date is 56. And then for Thursday, the high of 80, that's more likely to set a record. The record high for Thursday is 78, but 57, the overnight low temperature predicted, just a little shy of the record warm low temperature at 61 degrees. But all good things must come to an end. You can see temperatures 70s and 80s as we head into through Saturday, and then, boom, a big drop in temperatures as showers and thunderstorms Saturday signal a change toward a period of cooler weather for a couple of days for the first part of next week. You can see how widespread the mild and warm temperatures are across the Midwest, really just behind a weak cold front across North Dakota, and there's still snow on the ground up there too. That's limiting temperatures, but even International Falls, Minnesota, 61 degrees. Madison still at 71. The 80s, mainly in southern portions of Kansas, but a lot of locations close to that right now. And Weather Track, you can see the relative absence of any kind of precipitation. There are some showers and thunderstorms, even a little bit of severe weather down from Kansas and Missouri into Oklahoma, but about 90% of the country is precipitation free, and that's because the air is pretty dry, and that will continue for a while longer. We've got high pressure located to our southeast and to our southwest, and we're kind of in between with really not much to mix up the air other than the winds that will be picking up from the south and warmer temperatures. Planning your night for Dane County, look for a low of 49 in Belleville, 52 Fitchburg, and 52 in Sun Prairie by early tomorrow morning, and then across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 48 in Janesville, 49 in Monroe, but to the north and west a little bit warmer, 53 in Baraboo and 50 in Camp Douglas. For tomorrow, partly sunny skies, breezy, even milder with a high of 76. And then again, we're flirting with records. Both Wednesday and Thursday, it'll be sunny and windy both days. Temperatures still very mild for Friday. Shower and thunderstorm chance Friday night. Better chances on Saturdays. Temperatures start to fall. Then Sunday, windy and cooler, high 53 with a chance of rain showers, maybe even mixing with a few flakes of snow Sunday night. Monday will be chilly. Then temperatures back to slightly above normal by the middle of next week with some rain chances Wednesday night into Thursday.
And coming up in sports, the Flock is back. It's playoffs or bust this season for Forward Madison, while the Mingos say this team can be the league's best. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If your house was cold this winter, it's going to be hot this summer. And now's the time to get your home more energy efficient. It's National Insulation Month, and we're celebrating by giving you savings of $2,000. And just in time before you get those big summer electric bills. Spring's booking quickly, so don't wait to insulate. Call now and save up to $2,000 during National Insulation Month.
USA Insulation.
At Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
Here
some old cowboys said if you climb in a saddle, you best be ready for the ride. I think that old cowboy was talking about the Midwest Horse Fair coming to Madison, Wisconsin, April 14th through the 16th. You best saddle up for a little family time with hundreds of horses, English, Western, and a big old rodeo. Hundreds of shopping vendors, and fill your belly with some of the tastiest food in the Midwest. Get your tickets before they're gone. Visit MidwestHorseFair.com.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
A record-breaking spring election.
I am so excited for Wisconsin and for Madison tonight.
Judge Janet Protasiewicz will become the next Supreme Court Justice in Wisconsin.
We did it! We did it!
It's a sure sign of spring. The terrace chairs make their return to the Union.
Josh Breider is live with a look at the schedule of fun for you and your family.
Yeah, it looks like the warmer weather is here to stay for now, but for how long? Join us tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
For the first time this season, Forward Madison will be playing on their home field, and it's going to be a busy week for them. Tuesday, they have their second-round matchup in the U.S. Open Cup, and then Saturday, it's back to USL League One play. And this group is going to look a whole lot different. The Mingos bring back just 4 returners compared to 17 new guys on the roster. But new or old, they're just excited to be at Breeze Stevens this week.
New team, and there's a lot of excitement around this group, so especially for Saturday's game, we're expecting a good turnout and it to be loud.
Group that's going to bleed for the shirt, play on both sides of the ball, and we're looking to build, to grow, to get collectively better every week, and excited to play in front of our home fans this week in 2 games, so yeah, really excited.
There's also a feeling that this group has what it takes to bring home a championship. Forward Madison hasn't been to the playoffs since their first year in the league. And after back-to-back 9th-place finishes, the Mingos know that's not good enough. And this year, it's postseason or bust.
We want to play good soccer. I mean, we want to win games, and that's the most important at the end of the day. But we want to do it in a convincing way and dominate games. And that way, the more you dominate, the more confidence you get. The more confidence you get, the more wins you get.
You can see in moments in our first 2 games that we have more than enough potential to be the best team in the league. It's about building a little bit more chemistry, getting on a little bit of a roll, and then, finishing games off and putting points on the board.
After a week where Bobby Portis averaged nearly 21 points and 12 rebounds while shooting 59% from 3, the NBA named the Bucks 6th man their Eastern Conference Player of the Week. The honor is Portis' first in his 8-year career. The Bucks open up the playoffs on Sunday. They'll find out who they'll play Friday night. And on the ice, Todd Knott turned down the Minnesota State head coaching job to join his old coworker, Coach Hastings, at Wisconsin as the team's associate head coach. Knott and Hastings spent the last 11 years working together, leading the Mavericks to 8 conference titles and 8 NCAA tournament appearances. The Athletic recently tabbed Knott as college hockey's #1 recruiter.
Passing up to be the head coach to come here.
I mean, Madison.
But a head coaching job. That speaks volumes about the Badger program.
And Madison's fun.
Good to have a recruiter here, too. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
It's fun when the sun is shining like it is now, not a cloud in the sky. And look at those temperatures. Upper 60s, lower 70s. Madison right now, 71 degrees, 72 in Oregon, 72 in Middleton. Those temperatures staying mild this evening, dropping only into the upper 50s by 10 p.m.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.